Hi, I'm Dr. Lorneka, public speaker, pharmacist, and coach, helping leaders in organizations redefine success by working well through emotional intelligence, faith, and alignment.
How important is it at the beginning of the year to also do spring cleaning about who's in your circle? Whether or not they're adding value to you. How important is that? And how should you determine who you do surround yourself with?
So, Clint, I truly believe in this statement or the saying, birds of a feather flock together. And I can say that for myself. I usually tell clients, and even when I'm, speaking in different platforms, I let people, always tell people, listen, I'm not Beyonce. I didn't wake up like this. So there were seasons where, I didn't have the friends that I have right now, but honestly, personal development. So when I started to notice that my friendships were no longer adding to me, they were pulling away. I was always drained. I was starting to decline the calls, and I just really started to reflect, okay, what's going on? Why am I declining the call? Why do I not want to go to the party? Why do I not want to be around this particular family member? It's because you're growing, and I wanted to go into another space in my life. So if you want to go to another space and place in your life, especially emotionally, I believe you need to go down your contacts list. It doesn't have to be everybody, but what kind of persons do you want? Loyal people in your life? Do you want people of faith in your life? Do you want people who are going to help build you? Can there be a law of exchange? Now, if you have friends around you, they're always calling and pulling and pulling and pulling and never giving. I think that's the kind of people that you want to say, you know what? You haven't done anything. Nothing's wrong. There's no offense. I forgive you or whatever. But I think our season has shifted and I'm going to move forward. I wish you all the best. Nothing wrong. But I think that's important because the people that you have around you, that's going to determine how far you go.
Who are the kind of people you should surround yourself with?
People who are motivated, people who are also going to take responsibility for their actions. You also want to have people in your corner, Clint, who is going to be able to say, you know what, Clint? What you did yesterday, that wasn't nice.
You don't need just yes men and yes women.
No, you don't need
in
yes
your
men. No. You need people who are going to check you, and they're going to check you in love and still pull you up. Remember, Clint, you said you was going to do this, but I noticed you said you was going to get out of debt, but I noticed you spent $400 on that pair of shoes last week. So people who are going to check you. So I think there needs to be a balance. Yes, people, and people are going to say, no, I need you to get back on track. That's not what we talked about last month.
That's important.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lorneka, public speaker, pharmacist, and coach, helping leaders in organizations redefine success by working well through emotional intelligence, faith, and alignment.